I was able to improve my credit score from 580 to 720 in a matter of months. Hey, how's it going, guys? This is my YouTube channel. I will be talking about personal finance, investing, entrepreneurship, and business all around. And if you guys are new here, please like, subscribe, and comment, and click that notification bell to support this channel if you guys find this value, and if you guys want to know more about investing, personal finance. But before I get started, guys, I do have to let you know that I am not a tax consultant. I am not a credit repair license in any way. This is just what helped me personally, and this is what the information that I got. And I'm just trying to spread the value, spread the information, so that way you guys succeed in life as well. And also too, guys, this will take hard work. I'm just giving the information. It's up to you guys what you guys want to do with this information. It does take time, so please be patient and do the work. So the very first thing that I had to do was I had to download my credit report. And a lot of you guys might say, where can I get that? Well, a lot of people have this misconception of, hey, I can just get it at Credit Karma. A lot of people ask, where do I get that credit report? It's literally on Google, guys. Just Google my free credit report and it'll be on there. And the credit report, it is free to download. It's not like Credit Karma. Credit Karma is very misinformed because a lot of people might say, hey, I have an 800 credit score on Credit Karma, but in reality, it's about a 720, 730. It's quite a few points off, and a lot of people might ask, why is it? But that's a whole different story for another video. So the first thing to do, guys, is download your credit report. And there are three major credit bureaus that report. It's gonna be Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. So those three major credit bureaus are gonna be the ones you're gonna look for to download your free credit report. Now, I've used a couple of websites. I've used Credit Sesame, Smart Credit, Credit Karma, Experian to download these free credit reports. But if you guys go on Google and search free credit report, you guys will be able to find something that will be able to download for free. The next thing you guys want to do when you guys download your free credit report, you guys want to write down every negative thing that's on there. For example, inquiries, collections, all that stuff. Now for me, I've had about maybe 3 collections and about maybe 4 negative inquiries, I want to say, at that time. And then after that, what I did was I organized it on what I thought could basically remove the bad stuff off of my credit and improve my credit score. The next one that I think that kind of impacted me the most was late payment history, because that comes up to about almost 30% of your overall score on your credit score. And what you want to do is you want to dispute these cases on both Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. 3 different companies have their own different websites. So what you want to do is you want to dispute them on their website and see if they can remove that inquiry for you. Now, a couple of stuff that may be important is maybe look at different late payments. Maybe you had a late payment 2 months ago, but that you had a late payment maybe a year ago. The most that may impact you the most is the most recent. And also too, don't be afraid to call them on the phone and say, hey, I was late because I got laid off from my job. My hours got reduced at work, because right now COVID is still happening. A lot of people are getting laid off after the pandemic. Don't be afraid to tell them, if you make this current, can you guys take off that late payment? And a lot of people, what they do first, if you want, you can write up an email. So that way it's in black and white lettering and you have it on record. But what's worked for me is I call them and say, if they can remove the late payment, if I make it current. And, for some people it will work, for some people it won't. You just have to try and see if that works for you. But I'm just letting you guys know what worked for me. So a lot of people, when they do their disputes, they either write the letters individually to each credit bureau, or as what I did is I did everything online. I had 3 different accounts online with the 3 different credit bureaus. So what I did was I went online, I disputed each and every single one. Now for a lot of people it may not work. A lot of people it may not dispute all of them. They might not take out the whole thing. But for me, it worked. They removed 2 out of 3. Some people, I know they preach where you got to send the letters. Don't do it online. But for me, it worked. It's really up to you what you're really more comfortable with. If you want to write up a letter and send it out, or if you want to do everything online, it's more easier that way. But then again, it's all preference. And don't forget to like this video, guys. If you really like this information, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. It really helps out the channel to grow, and it helps other people see it that may help them out. If you guys call the credit bureaus by phone, make sure you guys do get this in writing, because what a lot of people don't know is that once you pay the whole amount or some of the amount to get that credit or that dispute out of your credit account, they might not do it. They might tell you, hey, if you pay now, it's going to be removed in 30 to 45 days, but they don't do it. So you want to get this in writing by email, by paper, by mail, something in proof. So that way, when you guys do pay it, it's going to be removed. And now the second thing that's the most important that stays on your credit report is your credit utilization. This, I know for sure, it comes to approximately 30% of your overall credit score. So it's basically what amount have you borrowed against your maximum amount on your credit cards. So after doing all the disputes and taking off some of my credit history disputes, the next billing cycle, once everything was removed, I want to say maybe 75 to 80 points, almost 100. I want to say it was close to 80 points that it went up when these disputes were gone on my account. So it works, guys. You just got to do it. You just got to try it and see if it works for you, because for a lot of people it might not work for all the disputes, maybe some, maybe one, but it's worth a try. And also too, with the utilization score, is basically what you have borrowed against your maximum amount of credit cards. So this brings me to why a lot of people overuse their credit cards, right? So if you have a credit card that's sitting at $1,000 and you max it out as $1,000 before the billing cycle date hits, that is a big no-no for the credit bureaus, because for them it's like a sin. You don't want to use 100% of that credit. So for me, I know a lot of people say, hey, use about no more than 30%. But to me, my credit kind of shot up every time I've used it between 6 and 10% of utilization. I know a lot of people say it's healthy to keep it at 30, which is recommended. You know, always don't max them out, which I agree. Don't max it out over 30%. But to me, what worked for me is keep it from 6 to 10%. And a couple months of me using my credit cards and paying it off in full, keeping it at 6 or 10% before the billing cycle date hits, my credit score shot up another, I want to say either from 50 to 60 points in the next couple months. I want to say 2 to 4 months. That's when I saw a big growth that took a big impact with the credit utilization. A lot of people may find this very hard because that's the only thing you have to do is pay off your credit cards. And I know it's hard to stay disciplined, but you know, if you're trying to find shortcuts, which what I was looking for, it's not always going to work out that way. You really just have to discipline yourself to just pay off those credit cards little by little, and you know, find a side hustle, find a part-time job, save a little bit more money. That way you can put it into your credit cards. But you know, from 6 to 10% utilization, that's like the perfect score that you want to keep it at. But always do it before that billing cycle ends. So meaning when you go on your statement credit, like for example, when you go on Discover, you're going to click on the statement and always look for that closing end date balance, I believe it's called, or closing balance billing date. You can look it up on Google, but you know, you always want to pay it off before that date, because what happens is the credit bureaus report on that day and you always want to pay it off. And also the last thing that I want to talk about is personal loans. Now this might not affect for a lot of people. For me, I never had any personal loans or any student loans, anything like that, but I know some people have those loans and debts. I know a friend that kind of helped him a little bit, but you know, you also want to pay those down. But the most important thing is those credit cards. Credit utilization, 30% of your overall growth on that credit, it's gonna result on your on your score. So I would focus definitely on those credit reports first. Get your credit report. So I will try to focus on the first three that I mentioned. Grab your free credit report, dispute your collections, as many as you can, pay them off if you have the will and funds for it, and then focus on that credit utilization. In a couple months, my score went from, I want to say last year around April, I started working on it, and last year of November, so what is that, April, May, June, July, August, October, about 7 months, 7 to 8 months, my credit score shot up 200 points. So I remember it was at 580, it was like 581, 582, and it went all the way up to 789. So 11 points away from 800. Now, I know everybody wants to get to that perfect credit score of 850. But as far as what I know, as long as your score is 750, I want to say 760 or higher, you're going to get the same rates as a person that has an 850 credit score. But, you know, it's always safe to be higher. So that way, if you guys want to take out a few loans or credit in the future, it doesn't really lower your credit score that much and you don't need to worry about it. But, you know, I want you guys to take this information and do with it what you want to do with it. But, you know, just know that it's going to take some time. You got to take some action. I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to take value from this video. And like I said, guys, if you guys really found value in this video, please like, please subscribe, please comment, please share with anybody that can use this. It really helps out the channel so it can reach out to other people that may find this useful. And like I said, guys, I will try to upload videos once or twice a week on business, investing, entrepreneurship, and my journey. I will talk about my journey later on. But, you know, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.